Who knew that eagles could fly? If you thought that this year couldn't get any better, that's right, Xbox is releasing optimized straight for the Series S and X Falconeer. Now this is an interesting game. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I like myself a lot of air combat games, but who would have thought of air combat while riding on an eagle's back? Yes, that's right. That's what the whole premise of Falconeer is. In fact, let me show you really quick what the game itself is and what the story and the basis behind what we do in Falconeer is about. So Falconeer, the game, is a new take on air combat. Yes, that's right. Like I said, you're flying on an animal. So from a third-person kind of game perspective, you are the Falconeer and you are in control of this airborne kind of warrior made, I don't know, you're attached essentially, you're connected with the eagle. It's like you and the eagle. And you're using kind of an array of different weapons and stuff that come throughout the game. As you can see here, the story itself revolves around a singular conflict on this water world, essentially. Like there's different elements, and we'll go through each part of them that stick out of the water, but the water itself and the fact that the whole world is covered in water is a big factor. You are also going to fight against other Falconeers along with lumbering airships, flying beetles, manta rays, and of course dragons. I mean, like, who doesn't love fighting dragons? You will need to survive and earn soul shards of currency on Ursee, or I guess they're calling it Ursee, yeah. So it's like Earth Sea, except there's no TH, so it's Ursee, to improve your gear and your mount and all the cool things that make you and your eagle or falcon awesome. So what do you guys think about this? And if you noticed here, I really screwed up today. So to make all this happen, we got a green screen behind us, and I decided, and not thinking about it, to wear a green shirt to work, so you guys get to see me in apparition form. It's kind of cool. But what do you guys think about this game? Like, the idea is cool. I love like Ace Combat, one of my favorite air combat games growing up. We got Squadrons coming out. I just did a video about it. Check that out. Who knows? Like, this is a very different concept, and if we're gonna watch here the trailer in a little bit, the actual graphics and the way they're doing it, I really like this style of art in a sense. It's very different. It's not all focused about how detailed it can be, and it's a little bit of a cartoon in a sense as you fly, and so it looks like something you could play on the Switch. But right now, it's only going to be available November 10th on the Xbox. Yes, it's optimized for the S and X already, and for PC through Steam as well. So, but we're going to go through a couple of the different worlds in Ursee that you're going to encounter as well. So the first world is Basilica. As you can see here, it's kind of a airship kind of world. Different little aspects about it. They're like islands that pop out of the ground. As you can see there, this houses the Imperium, or Great and Small, with its requests and orders of assistance. Basilica also offers a perch for seekers. So yes, that's cool. So you as a Falconeer can land on these different islands. Now I'm curious to see how you interact with them, because right now all the footage that I've seen of the game, you're basically flying around, and so I wonder if you can get off your Falcon and interact with these different environments. The next world is Cassilus. It's an ancient world, and again, it looks more like a kind of a callback to ancient civilization. You can see little sticks sticking up and around. You got what looks like almost like a castle rock. It's going to be interesting. So here's one of our different worlds. Let's go to the next one. We got Clefspire. Looks a little bit more like a industrial type island in a sense. A lot more kind of smoke and things coming off of this world. The environment seems a little bit more dirty, like the air is polluted and contaminated. It says that Clefspire shrinks and standing mercenaries, so again, there's different forces that I'm assuming come from these different islands, are employed by its nearest neighbors to slowly grow. Then there's Dunkel. I mean, this just sounds like a great beer to be drinking, but there is Dunkel here, another little island. Not as much going on. You can see the high tower up there. There's going to be different little perches around there. It's a natural harbor, and Dunkel has survived longer than many of the other settlements, along with the fringes of Imperial control. So you're just outside of, or just on the very edge of the Imperial control. It sounds like you, depending on what class you choose, are going to have to battling to the different Imperial elements that are within the game. Now there's the Imperial Harbor, which obviously is where the Imperials are based out of. As you can see, it's very fortified. It's very modernized. You got your airships, which we already know we're gonna have to battle a lot of. And this one is going to be kind of like the center, in a sense, of what the world of Ursee has to offer. Then there's Oberon's Reach. Now this one's interesting because it's the only one that's identified as possessive. So this is someone who's very important to the game. Oberon himself is the largest statue known to exist on Ursee and symbolizes the Mansur's Order external quest to liberate themselves from the world, just like the Oberon of myth. So that's kind of cool. I like what I'm seeing here with these different worlds, and I believe there's one more. And yes, that's right, we got Shard. Now, Shard is exactly what it looks like. It looks like a bunch of crystal shards or glass shards sticking up out of the water. A place where you can find a lot of secrets, it says, and a lot of ancient mechanisms that are often found amongst the shards, the shallow bays, I should say, of this harsh environment. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of trials and tribulations, but also cool things that you can uncover on your Falcon. So that concludes the different worlds. At the moment, when you get the game, you're going to be encountering and dealing with. I'm sure each world also has different opportunities to explore in different ways that you can interact with the game and gain more power in the different classes. So speaking of classes, there are 4 of them that we're going to walk through right now together. So you got your Falconeer. Obviously, that's what the game is called. As it says, you're a defender of the people. No mercenary for coinage. So basically, you're not for hire. You wield your lightning caster and Warbird to escort trading and fishing ships against pirates and Kraken. Sweet, we get a Kraken! And other threats. So you can see here kind of like the different specs on what the Falconeer comes with. We also have the Imperial Freelancer. The Imperium always has use for those not suited to the rigid hierarchy of its fleets. Free enough to achieve objectives, loyal enough to take the fall. So you can see kind of like the different agilities that it has over on the right side of the screen. It's very interesting to see, and another option for you to choose from. Now, do we want to be Imperium? Because I don't know, is Imperium good? Are they bad? What side of the equation do you want to be on? Next, we have the Mansur Seeker, the first on site as new relics are discovered or technology is retrieved. These are infiltrators and defend the Mansur path. A Mansur Seeker is always well equipped and very dangerous. So that is great to hear. They're almost kind of like the protectors of the realm, it sounds like, in a sense, because it does appear that the kind of Mansur Order is going to be very important to the game story itself. Another one is Mercenary. Obviously, we all know what mercenaries are. They fly for highest coin. They basically do things for work. They work for whoever can afford their skills and a shiny new Magnar rifle to carry into battle. So basically, they're going to be really agile, really fast, and going to cause a lot of problems. But is it something you want to take care of? Who knows? I'm pretty excited about this game. Let's watch this trailer. It has a lot of talking in it, so I'm gonna keep my overview and commentary to a minimum, and we'll go through my opinions at the end. So let's hit it. All right, there we go. Xbox.
The Ursee does not relinquish its nourishment easily or freely. In order to survive, you must race its waves, harness its winds, and fly. Fly before its waters envelop you in darkness, and only your splinters remain. All strive to remain whole. To traverse the waves is to keep the ancient bonds of kin.
See, it looks like you can travel.
Those who seek refuge furthest from the water build towers that reach for the clouds. And from their safe vantage, a desire grows to ascend further still. To feed their furnaces, they devour the rock and metal, turning their safety and refuge into whips, chains, guns, and chimney, certain they need never take refuge again. But from the depths, those already swallowed, those lost and chained to the waters, look upwards. In surrender to the water, they lose sight of the skies forever. Their gaze is fear and anger, for they can no longer see what hunts them, what cursed them so, but they see its face everywhere.
More to this world.
Only the Mansur do not attempt to flee from the water. They know its darkness. They calmly watch. As eternities pass, they watch and pray for equilibrium. Watch the rock crumble and the waters rise, and watch their future slip away.
Looks pretty cool.
In the end, all sink in the water. The Ursee cares not. It will always take its due.
Falconeer, November 10th. Yes, that's right. Again, the same day that the Series X and S launches. I don't know what to think. Like, I like the fact that this is a unique take to a very popular genre of games. You're not just flying regular ships. And it almost reminds me a lot of Star Fox 64. As you watch some of the different like gameplay itself, you're gonna see little characters pop up in the corner that are talking to you and telling you what to do. And that again, like I said, it reminds me a lot of what we saw with Star Fox 64. This is very similar in feeling. I think it's gonna be a great game simply for the fact, like I said at the beginning, this is something different. And if you're looking for a slight change to the pace and you don't want to go and jump after the games that are hot and popular right now, this is probably the one you want to check out here. They do have some pre-order going on, and with your pre-order, you can get some day of kind of material. So check out their website. If you're not quite sure and you want to wait, just definitely wait for it to come out, see what the price is going to be. And if it's something you think is worth putting your time and money into, if you're a PC lover or if you're an Xbox follower, you can play it on both. I think this is definitely one that's worth your attention. Do I think you should run out and pick it up now? I don't know, but I think it's a lot of fun. This has been Permission to Game. Thank you so much for following. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button below or the notification bell up in the corner. If you're on Facebook, definitely make sure you comment, like, and share. I love everything you guys have to say. Definitely keep giving me feedback, and I'll see you guys next time on another Permission to Game.